Times have changed. So have wood stoves. Wood stoves are a great source of clean and renewable energy, especially for remote communities. But only when the latest technology is used, the proper burning practices are followed, and the stove is correctly installed. Wood stoves from the 70s and 80s were more or less controlled burn boxes. Today, wood stoves are akin to high-efficiency combustion engines that release minimal emissions. In fact, according to the EPA, replacing one non-certified old wood stove for a new certified model is equivalent to taking 5 old diesel buses off the road. To be sold in North America, modern wood stoves must meet stringent clean air regulations that are designed to reduce overall emissions, from startup through to smoldering. Regency's hybrid catalytic wood stoves reduce up to 96% of emissions compared to a non-certified wood stove from the 80s. Over the years, manufacturers continue to innovate new technologies to meet changing industry regulations, resulting in cleaner wood stoves. Let's walk through how regulations have changed and how they have shaped the wood stove industry in the last 30 years. Before 1988, there were no emission standards. Wood stoves produced as much as 50 grams per hour in emissions. There were lots of manufacturers, as these wood stoves were very simple to produce. Between 1988 and 2014, non-catalytic wood stoves were required to produce less than 7.5 grams per hour in emissions, while catalytic wood stoves had to produce less than 4.5 grams per hour. Many manufacturers stopped producing wood stoves during this period, as these emission targets became difficult for smaller manufacturers to meet. Between 2015 and 2019, all wood-burning stoves, both catalytic and non-catalytic, were now required to produce less than 4.5 grams per hour in emissions. During this period, a few manufacturers stopped producing wood stoves, but most used what they had learned previously with their catalytic units and reduced the non-catalytic emissions to below the 4.5 grams per hour mandate. From 2020 to today, all wood-burning stoves, both catalytic and non-catalytic, are now required to produce 2.5 grams per hour or less in emissions. These even more stringent requirements caused several manufacturers to abandon their wood lineups and saw a continued marked shrinkage of the total number of EPA-certified units available for purchase. The manufacturers that consistently produced units at or below 2.5 grams per hour used the latest reburn and triple burn technologies to produce hyper-efficient units that generate long burn times and use less fuel than ever before. Times have changed, and so have wood stoves. Today's modern high-efficiency wood stoves dramatically reduce emissions by using very little fuel and maximizing return with reburn technologies. Use less wood, get longer burns, and produce fewer emissions. Upgrade your old wood stove and do your part to help protect our air. Learn more at regency-fire.com.